I built a deck with 75 unique cards. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. This is our second attempt here at playing some Lutri. On Sunday, I actually streamed this, but we had some really weird internet issues where I was dropping out every couple minutes. Don't know why, but hopefully that has subsided and we're able to stream like normal, because if it hasn't, I don't really know how to fix it. So hopefully that's no longer an issue. So this is a deck that I brewed up with chat on Sunday. We were having a chill day. We brewed up a Lutri deck, and it's a little bit of a different take from the normal Lutri decks you see in Vintage, because Lutri has had some reasonable success in Vintage in the past. I've seen it in as a shops deck in top 8, just basically kind of a meme where you can just play one of all the workshop cards, and it's 60 cards. And then frequently you're going to see Lutri in like a Tinker big blue deck where you're playing full Moxen and you just play all the broken cards, and that easily gets you to 60 cards as well. And I don't know, both of those things are kind of boring to me because we've done it before. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. This is going to be a Grixis Wizards deck. It's going to be more about spell combo rather than about artifacts, which is going to be nice because we won't be as susceptible to Null Rod. And our main combination is going to be Oracle combos. So we have Oracle Witch, we have Oracle Consult, we have Oracle Tainted Packs. So I'm going a little bit beyond Lutri. Lutri doesn't say you have to play different different lands. Tainted Pack will require us to. So we've got Tainted Pack is in here as well. And then we're going to be able to find our Thoughtless Oracle with an extra step through. And so while we started, I started with this deck list with an Oracle and a step through, and I'm like, well, why don't we just lean heavily into the Wizards theme so that we can play Flame of Anor, which is an incredibly broken magic card. So I have a Thundertrap Trainer in here. I've got a Snapcaster Mage. I've got a Spell Seeker and a Tameo. So we got a nice little Wizard sub package here. We can even get a Cavern going for our Thoughtless Oracle and our Wizards, which is quite nice. And then the rest of the deck is kind of filled with just generically good cards. I have a Plan B combo with Lotus, Freeze, and Breach. I've got a nice looking mana base, full Grixis mana base here with Singleton lands, which is actually built out pretty well now. And if you include, the Sink into Stupor and the Lorien Revealed, I think we have a pretty good core. Obviously, one of the biggest problems with Lutri is you can't play 4 Force of Wills. And so we have extra free spells. So we have Commandeer, Misdirection, Mindbreak Trap, Force of Will, Force of Negation to try to get us to a spot where we're playing, pseudo a full 4 Force of Wills. But we were going to add on to that counter magic suite with extra things like Mystical Dispute, Redirect Lightning, Flusterstorm. So we have a pretty heavy counter base, and of course Strain. We're playing all these singletons, we might as well play Gifts Ungiven, and Stock Up is still pretty broken even if we're playing a light Moxen suite. We're not going to play the full off-color Moxen, but we are going to play some of our zeros to help us like buy Lutri and cast Stock Ups and Gifts and Yogwill. And then right now I'm just going to play the one Long Goodbye in the main as a removal spell, but we also have things like Hexing Squelcher. So lots of moving pieces here as your 60-card singleton deck is going to be. And of course, we've got a couple more, 14 more exactly singletons at the sideboard with different pieces of Dredge Hate in Needle, Jailer, Void, Ley on the Void, and Ravenous Trap. Different pieces of Artifact Hate with Energy Flux, Harkle's Recall, Consign, and Null Rod. And then different pieces of removal in Barrage, Fatal Push, Virtue's Ruin, Dismember, and Snuff Out. Oh, I forgot about the Jailer as artifact, Graveyard Hate. And one more mono white directly, but also kind of works against the Frog deck with a Lithomantic Barrage. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here today. We're playing some Lutri Wizards in a Vintage League. See you in round 1. I am happy to announce the dates for high-stakes, proxy-friendly Vintage in 2026. The legendary NYSE returns to Long Island in New York on June 6th. This $500 entry fee tournament will pay out 8 pieces of unlimited power. The Oklahoma Land Run returns in 2026 on July 10th through 12th at the Reed Convention Center in Oklahoma City. Play Friday team trios, Saturday Legacy for a Mox Sapphire, and Sunday Vintage for a Mox Emerald. Event links can be found in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, here we go. Round 1 of our Vintage League. We've got a gamer. Appreciate Patty for being online and battling with me. All right. I have a loot tree revealed. My opponent might be revealing a Lurrus here, it looks like. So we got a nice Pokemon battle here, companion battle. I missed the days where it was more companion battles, but we move on. We move forward, you know? I don't think that... So, like, unfortunately, Lutri is not the most powerful companion, to be fair. But we do have, like, decent spells to cast. If you get to a point where you're buying Lutri, you can, like, make sure your counterspell always resolves, which is kind of strong. You can, you know, if we are going for, like, consult combo, if you have Lutri, you can have 2 copies of console, that kind of thing. Play around, like, in response to a counterspell. But it's also a little bit telegraphed, so it's kind of tough. All right, so we got a Lurrus from the other side, and a Lutri is our companion. I've got a Moxen, a Saga start. I'm in. I think I am interested in deploying Saga, and it depends. Like, if my opponent is on Wasteland Frog stuff, then I want to play Saga on turn 1 and kind of push the you know, the Wasteland check on them. But if they are in Lurrus, then there's, like, more value to going Ponder on turn 1, try to find a 4 second turn, maybe we stock up. But, like, if my opponent's gonna, like, hold up Spell Pierce, I don't really want to have a stock up on turn 2, you know? So it's kind of tough. It's kind of, you know, what percentage of the field is Lurrus Frog and what percentage is PO, and as of last week's data, it was about equal. So, like, I think there were 45 players who played a Frog deck and 44 players who played a Lurrus PO deck. But if you add on the Breach aspect of it, then, you know, a little different. I'm gonna go with the Ponder. I'm gonna go basic Island Ponder, I think. Ruby, Sync, Tameo. I kind of hate these cards. I could take Ruby Tameo, and next turn I play Tameo and buy Lurrus or buy Lutri, but doesn't really accomplish the goal, which is I was trying to find a force. I guess it does give me another blue land later. All right, I'm gonna try keeping this, I guess. I'll be sad if I die, but I guess that's always true, isn't it? I don't think I was drafting much then. I don't think I was playing at all during Ikoria, actually. I remember because I never learned how to play with Meld, not Meld. Morph, not Morph. What? Mutate, that's the one. I believe I played a Pro Tour where Mutate was in Standard, and I just refused to learn it, and I just played a super aggressive deck instead. I was like, I can't figure this out. I'm just going to attack with it. Oh God, please don't turn 1 Doomsday kill me here. Okay, stock up. So it is a combo-oriented list here. I would have loved to have a counterspell. I guess my Gifts Ungiven can technically always get me a counterspell, right? Because I have enough free counterspells in my deck. True or false? Commandeer, Force, Misdirection, and Trap, and Negation. So, yeah. So maybe next turn we can just hold open Gifts. I do know that I didn't have to learn Mutate for draft because I don't believe that those Pro Tours had draft. I think they were just standard plus an arena format. So it wasn't too bad. I don't know if it was better or worse for me that those Pro Tours didn't have draft. It didn't really matter because I was playing on Arena either way and I was doomed. So here's my plan, chat. My opponent used Black Lotus to stock up, and they have a Ruby. I'm expecting my opponent to be some kind of combo deck. So either PO or Breach. The problem with playing a stock up now is like Flusterstorms and Spell Pierces and stuff. The problem with doing nothing is that I might run my gifts into a mana drain. I guess I have a Saga. I don't have to gifts. It's more of just like preventing. I don't know. I kind of very. It's weird. I'm ahead on mana, but I'm very pinched by timing windows here. And I don't have enough instants. White. So this is definitely PO. So is this by Lurrus or this is another stock up? So do I care about... do I care? I think I just cast a gifts in response, but like, what am I doing with this gifts pile? I don't care about stock up resolving, right? Like, oh, they have force. Okay, perfect. I don't have to figure it out. So my opponent force pitching Lorien revealed and they're resolving gifts. Brilliant. I have a land coming, but I can't make a construct and stock up. But also, I don't know if making a construct is very good here anyways. So I don't know. Like, if my opponent is playing stock ups, then they're gonna have, you know, Moxen and POs and stuff. They might have Flame of Anors and whatever. So I think I want to cast stock up here. I think I want to pay 3 life, play my Sync to play around Flusterstorm, play my Sync into Stupor to play around Flusterstorm and cast stock up. So I guess like stocking up for a force when I'm playing around Flusterstorm and then getting like running into a Flusterstorm is like kind of bad, but I guess it depends on what kind of card I could hold out red at least. So though I don't have a Pyro, so I don't know. I think I am just going to go like this and cast stock up. And then if this gets countered, then I'll just play a Tameo and pray I don't die. Okay, so this has what? This has Commandeer, which is not very good against PO. It has a Breach, which is pretty good with gifts, and the fact that I have Lotus coming off Saga. So, yeah, I kind of like taking Breach. Commandeer is my way of hopefully not dying on this turn, and then untapping with Breach, gifts, and a Lotus already from my Saga. Seems reasonable. Solarian. 3 mana. Yogwill. Well, I don't want Yogwill to resolve because Yogwill resolving means Lotus double stock up. So I will try commandeering this just as an expensive force of will. Can't really cast anything from my yard on this turn, unfortunately, but I'm getting Flusterstormed anyways. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about, but I don't really have counterplay. So my opponent gets a Lotus, and then they have 6 mana, and they get double stock up, so it's not good for Justin. Because I can't imagine my opponent doesn't have a force after double stock up. So that's not great. But we kind of got bullied this game because my opponent resolved 2 stock ups. And we were a little bit behind. Don't know if I had a better like lines at any point here. it would probably have involved maybe Shuffling Ponder. I don't know, that seems pretty high variance. So I don't know if that helps me very much. So my opponent, if they find like a Flusterstorm, they might not use their Lotus here. Or if they want to like hold their Lotus for a future Lurrus, maybe. Because if you crack this Lotus into a Yogwill, you do lose your Lotus forever. I mean, if I'm holding the land as a counter, I'm not resolving stock up, so I don't know that that's a good thing to do. Like I did the correct, you know, to if I want to resolve stock up, I have to play the land to play around Flusterstorm, which is what I did. The problem is like playing the land to resolve Flusterstorm doesn't actually help me counter anything if they have a Flusterstorm. But we did find a breach, so like we got a counterspell and a breach. Hi. What's that?
Birthday present.
Woo! It's not my birthday, but I appreciate that.
Well, that's a month and a half early.
Ooh, I know what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna make my opponent have to have a force here with a breach. Is that the plan? No cookies. We have to eat dinner.
Yeah, a cookie before dinner.
You can have a cookie before dinner. Go for it. So let's see. I get Lotus, and I have 4 mana, 6 mana, 8 mana, so I can breach and then gifts, and then if gifts gets countered, I still have. I might still have a ponder. No. Well, if it's not negated, I would still have a. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, if breach resolves, I win. Is there any way to make it resolve? No. So I guess if breach resolving wins, vexing. There's no vexing bobble in the deck. Is there a vexing bobble in the deck? There is a vexing bobble in the deck. Well, the breach. Wait. So does that work? Will I have enough mana? Is the question. So if I get a vexing bobble to resolve breach, and then I play breach and play brain freeze, I have to hit Lotus though, and I can crack bobble. I feel like that's a bad idea. I feel like the percentage chance of hitting Lotus. I mean, I have 2 hits, and it would be 6 copies. So 6 looks for 2 hits. That feels pretty bad. I think I just get Lotus, and oh, thank you. Yeah. It's not clear to me that I have a high chance of winning if I play a bobble. The problem is, like, they double stocked up, and they've only have 1 force gone. So, like, they looked at 10 cards to find a force blue card. I feel like that's pretty likely, right? And I'll still have a mana left over to crack bobble if I want. The problem is, like, if I go breach, I don't have enough mana to flashback gifts. I guess what I could do is like brain freeze on their turn after they play some spells to like build up my mana base, but then I can like get hardcast forced. So like I don't know that that helps me very much. 6 hits, and then they can still have negations and stuff after. I'm just gonna get a. I think I just talked myself into just getting Black Lotus and going for breach. Oh, it just resolved. Okay, well, I didn't really think that was what was going to happen here. So my opponent just looked at 10 cards with stock ups and just didn't find a force. I have a petal in my yard, so even if they like negate this Lotus, it doesn't actually matter. Looks like they just want to see more of my Lutri deck, I guess. Oh, I fucked up. Main deck Mindbreak Trap. So I can crack my Lotus and I can cast Gifts. I just lose both of my Lotus because I used too many Lotuses. Because I wanted to build up my mana base so that I could so I could like Gifts for a counter spell, but then I should have done one less, I guess. But I have Oracle consults. Or I have Oracle Brain Freeze still, so I guess I'm just going to cast Gifts targeting my opponent here. And then what? So I get 2 cards in my hand. So I have Mystical Dispute, Misdirection, Force of Will, and Mana Drain. I think. I don't win though. Like I don't win. What if I put an Ancestral in my yard? Does that help me? It might help me. Trying to think like if I can play 3 counter spells and 1 really good spell. No, the problem is then they would go like Ancestral and Force into my hand. Sorry, if I go Dispute, Drain. I have a Fluster, right? Oh, I can do Dispute, Drain, Fluster, Ancestral. And that way my opponent will probably just give me 2 counter spells, but I'll have an Ancestral in my yard as well. Seems pretty good. This was my whole idea behind like getting extra mana so I could do this play, but I think I did it I think I played Lotus 1 too many times, so I ended up with too few cards in my yard is the mistake I made. So I kind of had the right idea, but bad execution. Because I wanted to like get the Gifts Ungiven online, so in case my opponent like had a trap or something, I didn't think about trapping specifically, but I thought like had something, then yeah. So like, because now, unfortunately, because I went too deep, I lost both my Lotus Petal and my Black Lotus. And I've lost my Time Walk. So I kind of have to build an overwhelming advantage here, and I lost my console, or find like Oracle Tainted Pack. I mean, it depends on like how many, like I don't have enough Storm right now to mill over my whole deck. And still have blue after. Because I only have, do I have a land drop? Actually, I can't play a land anyways. Because I do have an Oracle in my deck. I don't think Storm is high enough. I would need a 13 Storm or to cast Brain Freeze twice, right? I played this pretty badly, but I didn't really expect the main deck Mindbreak Trap, which is kind of stupid because I've been telling people to play main deck Mindbreak Trap in PO. I was gonna play main deck Mindbreak Trap in the showcase qualifier. Yeah, so okay, so my opponent gave me Mana Drain because it's not a 1 mana counter spell, and they gave me Ancestral. But I can go to second main for the Mana Drain mana if I want. Do I want to Ancestral in response here? Does that help me in any way? I feel like it's fine, right? Redirect lightning, black card, black card. Oh, because now I could exile my yard and use a Flusterstorm. It doesn't actually help me, right? I think I'm just gonna take the drain mana and then go to the second main, and then I have a bunch of extra mana to use to like cast Brain Freezes maybe. I milled over Oracle and Sapphire. I have 16. So I have. So here is. I need. What do I need? What? All right. First, let me give my mana here. I think I can just brain freeze my opponent twice because I have 30. Yeah, I can just brain freeze my opponent twice. Wow, this card's so broken. Yeah. Oh, my opponent is on Gifts. Oh. So they have a Tundra and an Underground Sea in their Gifts deck? I guess that's a Sean thing to do, yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely. So I don't know because we can't get double blue, right? Because we lost all our other blue sources and we don't have Time Walk. I'm not 100% sure if we could like win with an Oracle on ourselves here. I definitely could have played this better though. I definitely could have played this better. It's okay. You don't need to play better if you just play the good cards, yeah? Agreed? That was fun though. Okay, so we think we're playing against the Sean Gift Strain deck, which means I'd like Pyroblast. I don't think I'm bringing in Null Rod. I don't think I'm bringing in Leyline. I don't think I'm bringing in any of these cards. So, are there any bad cards to take out? I can have Long Goodbye, which hits Lurrus and Hexing Squelcher. So I probably keep Long Goodbye. And then... Do I have any, like, bad cards? I don't think I have any bad cards. They all do something. Commandeer is actually a lot better if we think my opponent's on Gifts, which is kind of nice. It's like, what's much better against Gifts than it is against, PO. So I think just maybe Mystical. I just didn't really. I don't know. I guess we could have a Reb as well. You only get so many sideboard slots, and I thought we were already pretty good against blue. The Pyro was in the main, and then I took it out because we wanted to play Redirection or something. If you got Dispute, Fluster, and Force of Will and a blue card, I had exactly enough blue to Oracle myself. But did I have enough Storm to Oracle myself? I'm not sure that I did. I'm just gonna take this Mystical Tutor out. It's a little bit worse. A yes? Okay. Well.
Make a bad deck worse again.
No, I just made a bad deck instead. Okay, what do we have here? We've got Mindbreak, Trap, Vexing Bauble, Ponder, Oracle Console. Okay. I don't know. You only get so many slots. I didn't really want to play the Pyroblast at all, but I think I got talked into the Pyroblast. But yeah, you probably want to have a Reb so that for your gifts, but it's all singleton, so it's like kind of hard to say, you know? I'm gonna just cast this Ponder. We need to hit land drops. I'm gonna get a Volcanic and cast Ponder. And yeah, I guess these are the cards I am going to keep. Okay, hopefully, I mean, if my opponent's on Drain, then totally fine. I do regret not having a black mana, but... Tundra, Underground Sea, White, Blue, Time Walk. Okay. And a tap land. Unfortunately, I don't think playing a bauble is better for me. It's the worst that could happen. Did I get the drain? Oh, I got my opponent's drain. Unfortunately, they can cast a gifts, but we don't talk about that. Bin stock up, garbage card, obviously. All right, my opponent's got a drain. So I guess this is an Esper Gifts deck because it has an Undercity Sewers, right? So this is not Breach Gifts. This must be some kind of Esper Gifts. It had a Yogwill, so it's probably Volt Key, I would assume. I have to assume this is like stock up, mana drain, gifts, Yogwill, Volt Key. I don't know what else it could be. Hopefully they cast something off this Lotus. Hopefully they cast something off this Sapphire. Alright, good enough for me. Maybe, I don't know, I got greedy. I'm sorry, I got greedy. I'm so sorry. What is, I wanted to know what they're doing. Black, Yogwill, perfect. That's exactly what I thought they were doing. Got him. I bet they didn't think, oh, they had forced backup anyways. All right, whatever. Nothing mattered. Whoa, look at that. Thanks. We're having dessert and dessert before dinner.
Yeah, I did it like you did it.
Cheers, chat. Cheers, chat. Oh. You're really going dangerous here. Flinging it all around.
Fling it.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. Oh, you used the 100 proof captain.
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
Thought about it.
Just
Okay,
Jameson then?
I said I didn't want to kill you.
You didn't want to kill me. I appreciate that. I accidentally bought 100 proof captain because I didn't really know the difference between what the two look like. It's not very good. It is more alcoholic though.
Good. It is very good.
I don't know. I think it's worse. Captain tastes pretty good, and then you make it 100 proof, and it's like, yeah, not as good.
By itself, no.
I just didn't think it through. Okay, I just picked it. Also, all the labels on the shelf were wrong because he was reorganizing the shelf, and he told me that, but I didn't think it through.
It's okay, you won't make the same mistake playing Magic. You'll think it through.
I'll think it through. Have you met me? I just said, fuck it. And I just jammed a card. That literally happened one turn ago. One turn ago, I said, yeah, fuck it. And I jammed a card.
Think it through.
The normal one is 80 proof. So yeah, more proof that I'm an idiot. I have Oracle Console. I just don't have the mana. And I can't hold up Long Goodbye for Bowmaster Twister. My opponent must have Hardcast Force, right? Because they didn't buy Lurrus. So I should probably just play Hexing Squelcher this turn.
Proof that I'm an idiot.
Chat, what happened while my opponent was Yogwilling? I was distracted. What did they do? They DT'd for Ancestral and then cast a bunch of mana? They buying Lurrus now? Okay. I can't block now, I guess. But I am uncounterable. So, like, if I hit a mana that produces black mana, I can Oracle Consult. There's a Time Walk? Bro. After my Mindbreak trap didn't work, I was out of here. All right, this should be uncounterable, yeah. So I'm gonna Time Walk. And then just looking for a black mana. Snapcaster. Okay, I'm gonna hold open drain. Because at least my drain is uncounterable, so that should help. How many cards does my opponent have? 4 cards? That's an insane number of cards. Should I cycle my step through, chat? Like, what do I just get some wizards out of my deck? All right, black is just Lurrus, I assume. I'm just letting Lurrus resolve. I don't think Lurrus matters. I guess I could take the 3 mana. The 3 mana does not cast Consult, though, or Oracle. What does the 3 mana do for me? I can snap a Time Walk, I guess. No, I mean, this card just doesn't matter, right? This card doesn't matter. All right, I will... There's just nothing to get. There's absolutely nothing to get. Okay, I don't want to cast the step through. I just want to cast Oracle Consult, okay? I want to not die by holding open drain, and I want to cast Oracle Consult. I added it. No! No! This is all because I took the 50-50 and I fetched Volcanic to start this game instead of just fetching a fucking Undercity whatever, man. Okay, well. This does make my Thassa's Oracle uncounterable, but it doesn't actually help me because I don't have a black mana to cast Consult. This is my fault, right? I just fetched the wrong land at the start. No, it's fine. We're just jamming with Lurrus, huh? Should I play that uncounterable Snapcaster Mage and just block their Lurrus? No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I can use some life total here. A Tameo? Oh yeah, you're right. There is a Tameo. No, you're right. But I didn't have a land last turn. That I was never gonna play a Tameo. You know, now I might play a Tameo because I can hold up drain still. All right, perfect. So I could lose to Dress Down, right? So I should just play the thoughts. What if they have Ancestral Recall? No, they can't have it. They could have Snapcaster. If they have Snapcaster Ancestral in response, do I care about that? Maybe I just start by snapping a Time Walk and trying to get another mana. That seems like a good idea, right? Just like to play around. Like I don't think they have a Snapcaster, but it doesn't really hurt us to like try to go a little more. It does hurt us. Like if they kill this, I mean, it doesn't really hurt us. I'm just trying to like maybe get an extra mana drain. All right. Any mana? Okay, Pyroblast. That works. That works. Okay, so here we go. Blue, Thassa's Oracle. And then Consult. Super uncounterable. Blue. Mindbreak Trap. Aha! Uncounterable Pyroblast. Wait, I'm so smart. I played around that. Nice. Oh, that went well.
I forgot.
Okay, round 2. I have an otter. Not a cat. You see my otter?
You ought to do well then.
All right, I'm keeping. I got Oracle Consult, kind of. A little bit. Small amount. It's not my birthday. It's not a chat.
Yes.
It's not even close to my birthday.
Yes, it is.
I guess I mean, depends on your definition of close. Depends on how you define close. What's close?
It's sooner than it has happened a long time ago.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna counter this Tezzeret so they can't make mana off of this mana vault. Never mind. Never mind. I am not doing anything. My bad. I thought whoops. I don't think that this redirect does anything, right? Change the target of spell or ability with a single target. I feel like that does nothing. So I'm going to build out towards my combo kill, which I need 4 mana to accomplish. I think I'm going to keep that and hope my opponent doesn't get a Vexing Bauble, because I need 4 mana to accomplish my combo kill. And also, if that I can play the Witch and have redirect open on the next turn. They're not going to cast Ancestral. They're not going to cast Ancestral. What is this? It's a Vexing Bauble. All right. Well, what's their last card? Is it a PO? Is it the One Ring? Is it a Jewel? It's a Karn the Great Creator. Well, my Mox on top is dead in 2 different ways. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to try to accelerate myself a turn, you know? Stone Coil Serpent is the get off of Karn the Great Creator. We're playing a 2/2. All right, well, they're out of stuff. So they got that going for us. I'm going to go ahead and play a Witch. Yeah, read that one. So hopefully they don't have a Mycosynth Lattice in their sideboard. If it's the Yassi list, it's got a liquid metal coating in the sideboard, which also kills us. But we don't talk about that. If they have the other card, we die in a different way. So... Oh, cool! They ripped Natural Volt Key. That's fucking wonderful. CRK, this is your fault. Get out of my chat. Well, we died faster than... All right, so we got a Null Rod. Bring that in. We got a Needle. We can bring that in. We have an Energy Flux, which is a fun one. Not a great combination with Needle and Rod, though. I kind of only really want an Energy Flux for Sphere Shops. So I'm thinking Consign, Null Rod, Needle. And then I'll take out Redirect Lightning. Because that doesn't seem very good. And I'll take out... I'll take out Long Goodbye. That one doesn't seem very good. And I'll take out Flusterstorm. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And we're gonna call it a day. Bam. Okay, I have a otter. I was gonna say cat, but ooh, hello. Hello. Aren't you a hand? I'm gonna play an Undercity Sewers. Do I want to draw a no, I don't want to draw a Thundering Falls. Thanks for asking. All right, I'm gonna cast Ancestral Recall targeting me. Hopefully my opponent forces it. I missed her. Okay, never mind. I got double. I got stuff and things. We're doing stuff and things. Here we go. Workshop. The ring. The ring-a-ding-ding. The Trinisphere. Okay, I will force this pitching brainstorm. I have backup here. Though I guess I can probably beat a Trinisphere. I have a Saga. Chat, should I counter this? Like, I don't... do I care? I have a Saga. I'm casting DT. I don't know that I care. I could just play Trainer off of Saga and then, like, get a Flame of Anor. But, like, what am I getting here? Like, what am I doing? What is the plan? If I counter this, what am I doing? I can't DT for Ancestral. Just like, what's the plan? I'll just counter it. It can't be wrong. It could only be less good. Oh, I'm gonna misdirect. Wait, change the target of force of... Yes, I'm gonna misdirect their force of will to also be on the Trinisphere. Got him. Now what? Mental misstep. So what do we do? Where are we going in life? DT. What do we get with this DT? Breach? Get Tameo. It seems so bad. We could get a Tameo. I have a Yogwill and a Breach in my deck. I have a Gifts Ungiven. I could get a Gifts Ungiven. I could get... Did I even put an Academy in my deck? I didn't, right? I did not. What if I get like a Null Rod? Is that a dumb idea? Null Rod Saga Gaming? Could be good. Could be good. Could get Snapcaster Mage for Ancestral. Could get Consigned to Memory. I have a plan. Combo with Lutri? No. Lutri is a value engine. They have no other follow-ups. It was all Trinisphere all the way through. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I like this, though. I think Consign was a good pickup because I'm making a construct this turn. I was holding up a blue mana last turn, you know? I think it was a good pickup. I'm faking that I have a red spell. I'll make a construct, and then I'll make a construct, and then I'm gonna get a Black Lotus Needle. Black Lotus is probably fine. Why are we playing Shocklands? Best lands in Magic. Damn, their power will shock you. Don't pat my back for that. You need to be mad about it.
No, Justin, you don't always have to groan at puns.
Yes, you do. That's the whole point.
You get rewarded.
That's the whole point of puns is you make someone groan. I can buy Lutri here, yeah? Everyone agrees? I think everyone agrees. Cool. Glad we all agreed. I've bought Lutri for the first time. I now have double consign up. Bam. I got a lot of cards here. I can commandeer a One Ring. Blue. It's because we're playing Tainted Pack. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to get you guys like that. It's because there's a Tainted Pact in our deck, so we can only play one of each land. Boom! A winner.
Boom.
Boom. Squeeze me. Yeah. So that went well. Do I want Pyroblast? Is that a thing we want? Might be better than Mystical Tutor. 'Cause I want to not die. All right. Submit. Exactly, Phoenix. Exactly. Lutri is better than Lurrus because it's blue. So true, fam. So if I don't die on turn 1, is this hand bad? I feel like this hand is bad. Oh, I have a Null Rod though. I have to put this back, right? I have to put this back. I don't have a free counter spell. I feel like I'm supposed to put this back. I don't know. Like, I don't know how explosive my opponent's deck is. It's not Jewel. It's it's less explosive than Jewel. But that also means it's like less susceptible to the Null Rod, probably. Maybe? It still seems like it's really susceptible. The problem is, like, this Dispute isn't even a good counter spell here. So it's kind of like a 5-card hand. Let's go with 6. Wow, that is not better. That is not better. Why are my hands so fair? Is it because I didn't include full Moxen? Can I really go lower than this? Realistically here? I don't think so. Kind of see if our round 1 hand would have been better. Game 2, 7-card hand would have been better. Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, Manifold Key. Am I just getting Volt Keyed? Sapphire. Pass. Spellseeker. Time Vault, I assume. Trinisphere. Am I getting Trinisphere Volt Keyed? Alright. Well, I have my fetch land for sewers to try to find another land. Sewer. It's a land. It's also a removal spell. But I don't know that removing... Yeah, I should play this as a tap land this turn. The problem is, like, my opponent can jam any spell next turn and I die. Which is not great for me, to be fair. Okay. We might be able to get out of this if we fade a turn here. But if they play like a ring... A Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, they are Jewel. Why did I think they weren't Jewel? Should have kept my Null Rod hand. Oh, Stonecoil Serpent. Maybe they only have one jewel. I saw a list that was the Yasi blue deck that only played one jewel. They just paid 3 mana for a Mox Jet. All right. So time walk. What how do I what is the way out? Null Rod, right? Null Rod is the way out. So give myself 1 draw to draw Null Rod. I guess they can untap Jewel and then force. No, I was joking. I was joking. It was a hypothetical. I guess better this than a Null Rod getting forced. Oh, I got Sink into Stupid. I guess that's even worse for me. Okay. Yeah, I don't think my opening hand would have won this game. Kind of like the classic Jewel hand where I need to have a force. Okay, it's just straight up Jewel. I don't know why I didn't think it was Jewel. We mold once. Yeah. I mean, I only get to have a couple true counter spells, right? So it's a little bit hard for me. I have a Commandeer, a Force, a Negation, and a Trap, so it's not nothing, but... Oh, wait, didn't we see a P... No, but the Yahtzee deck has a PO as well. I don't know. Seems hard. Another one. Another one. It's a lot of jewels. Mm-hmm. Am I taking a turn? Tezzeret. Uh-huh. And then what? And then what? I guess Sinking a Stupor would have beat my Hexing Sculpture too, huh? Damn. Another one? I think it's another one. I kind of like Trinisphere and Jewel. Just free wins, you know? I don't like Trinisphere and Raker. Okay, I'm out. I don't really like Trinisphere and Raker, but I like Trinisphere and Jewel. All right, here we go. I've had Otter. It might be Dredge opponent around the draw here. I have a Vexing Bauble, but no like immediate way to win, which is a problem. But I do have a Hexing Sculpture that lets me play through my Vexing Bauble, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna try keeping it, but it might just be too slow. But I can go Saga on turn 1, Vexing Bauble, and then I can go fetch Hexing Sculpture, and like we could theoretically get to a point where we're like getting a Lotus off Saga and maybe do a combo kill or something. Seems like playable enough. I don't know like how many hands we're gonna have that really play well enough against Dredge game 1. Like game 2 we have a couple pieces of sideboard hate, but game 1 we like don't have. Oh, that's a volcanic island. I don't know why I thought it was Dredge. Did I think am I off? Base time walk. So my opponent is it the Murktide? They're not the Dredge player? And maybe I just mistake my opponent for a different player. It's possible. Oh. Oh, okay. I kind of thought they were a Dredge player, but maybe they've gotten bit by the Murktide bug. Does that make my hand better or worse? Worse? Probably worse. Oh, it's Welder. That is bad. That is noticeably bad for me. I assume he puts maybe a combo piece into the yard, maybe an astrolabe. Um, My hand is a lot worse against this. I really thought it was dredge. Whoops. Not that my hand is like great against dredge, anyways, but. This is like a hard engineer. I understand why my opponent's taking a while on this one because, you know, it's not like a very, you know, when it's a welder, it's different. But when it's you have just an engineer and no welder, like, am I really getting a surveillance cam when it doesn't really do anything? Am I getting a time vault when I don't have key? I got surveillance cam. Makes sense. Put a piece of a combo equipment in the yard. So I don't think this vexing bubble is going to help me at all. So what does help me? Combo killing my opponent. So I think the answer that means is cast ponder. There's a breach and a vamp and a chain. So I think I take the breach and the chain and then fetch away the vamp and then the problem is I put off my saga, so I'm gonna have to probably naturally hit a petal or a lotus with my. Oh, I guess we're just dead because that's a mystical for Tinker, Tinker for Citadel. Kill us. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yo, what up, Devin? What up, Doomwake Raiders? Welcome to a Lutri stream. I wanted to show you a Lutri, but that's not Lutri. I have an Otter. I'm also dead, which is not great, but sometimes when you don't have 4 Force of Wills, that's what happens. So this is kind of interesting though, because if my opponent had a Mystical Tutor in hand, then I think I would have rather them engineer for a Sensei's top so that your Citadel's like guaranteed to win. Not guaranteed, but close enough. So yeah, I feel like if the plan was always to tinker, I probably would have put a Sensei's top in the yard with the engineer. So I guess he doesn't have another artifact to play. I mean, now he does. Now he's got Lotus Ruby. Yeah, that's not good. That's notably bad. I guess I needed Ponder to hit a counter spell. And it would have to be one of my 2 forces, because Trap wouldn't have done it and Commandeer wouldn't have done it. So that's not great. So opponent time walked. I assume there's a Vault Key in my opponent's list. Or they can just play a Welder and then they'll have a Cam. I guess the Cam doesn't do it yet either. Yeah. And I think I liked Sensei's top, but can't go back in time. Are we just going to cast Tinker? Are they going to Tinker for a top? That'd be pretty funny. A very roundabout way of getting to the place we want to be. Ah, Melded Moxite. Discarding cards. So now that you need a Welder to go infinite. They discarded a Flusterstorm into exile because of Yogwill. Surveillance Cam off the top of the library. My opponent can still brick here on land. I guess they have a time walk in the bank. So they probably can't really brick. I'm willing to let it go a little longer, though, before we pack it up. Unfortunately, one of the problems here is I don't particularly like Null Rod against my opponent's deck. It's weird. It's an artifact-based combo deck, but it's not an artifact-based combo deck that actually cares about Null Rod. In fact, I think one of the reasons that it's kind of playable at all is that you can play Null Rod in it. And because your welder combo doesn't actually care. So what we okay, now I'm dead. Because next turn they just loop these two and they draw through their whole deck and we die somehow. So what do I want? I don't want to play Null Rod. I like Needle and I like Barrage because it's just another way to kill a welder. It's probably enough. I do like Leyline actually a lot. I don't like the one-off removals, the one-off graveyard hate, but I actually like the Leyline. But I do like Push, Snuff Out, Dismember. I do think killing the welder is the most important thing because you can't bank on like counter spells or anything for it to work on them. But this Pyroblast should be good as well. So that's quite a lot actually. 7 cards. I'm gonna take out some of the slow tutors. I'm gonna take out the Vexing Bauble. I don't think the Vexing Bauble actually helps very much here. I mean, on the play I get to hit Moxen, but I'm not actually sure that that's good here. The Redirect Lightning seems fine. The Long Goodbye seems fine. Negation seems quite good. Commandeer seems good. Dispute, Trap, Gifts. All those seem quite good. Maybe we go down one of our basic islands. Probably don't need all of them if we're not getting attacked on mana. Commandeer feels like too much. Probably just trim the Commandeer. The Squelcher can... I mean, the Squelcher's not bad. I just don't know if we want it. Yeah, they're pretty low counterspell deck. If it's the version that I built, which probably is fairly close. I like the chain. It's a nice safety valve, so we have an answer. So maybe we just don't bring in the Lithomantic Barrage. We are bringing in a bunch of removal. So let's try that. So here we're trying to address the problem of we don't have a lot of removal by bringing in a bunch of removal. So this is a Snuff Out with no swamps. And we have just an abysmal hand. This Redirect Lightning has looked awful, I will say. I have not been happy with this Redirect Lightning. And I guess we have a turn 2 trainer and possibly a turn 3 flame, which I do think that is good. We're taking about 1,000,000 life to do that. Our deck is really bad. Our deck is so bad. I think what I'm going to do, because the only real Redirect Lightning targets are Ancestral and Force. I think what I'm going to start here is just playing a tap land. Tainted Pact. Well, that's going to go to the graveyard. And that way we can guarantee we can play a Thunder Trap Trainer this next turn. Best case scenario on the Thunder Trap Trainer is maybe like Force or something. Or maybe we even hit like a fetch land and get a swamp so we can kill a welder. That would be pretty nice. Ruby, C, Emerald, pass. Playing around Trap. Ancestral, we could redirect. No Ancestral. So would I rather play a Steam Vents and play a Thunder Trap Trainer, or play no land and play a Ponder, or play a land and play a Ponder? I think I would rather play a Thunder Trap Trainer. I'd like to see Force. I got Mindbreak Trap, Misdirection, Step Through, and our opponent knows that this is the card we're taking. I guess I'm going to take Mindbreak Trap, because a Misdirection I don't feel like helps me very much from here. And I guess this can at least maybe slow my opponent down in case of a combo turn. Probably not, though. Like, they're not really a deck that's Mindbreak Trap is good against unless they PO, which they could. The biggest thing is that next turn we'll have the ability to Flame of Venor. So, like, if they play a Welder or an Engineer, we can do, like, kill Welder, kill Engineer, kill Artifact. Because, like, Misdirection doesn't do anything against this card, which is part of the problem here. Yeah, this Misdirection is quite sus. Maybe the Misdirection should just been the Commandeer, because Commandeering a Stock Up is pretty reasonable. Commandeering a Tinker is pretty reasonable. Commandeering a PO is bad. Yup. Spellseeker, 1 or 2 mana card. I think this is just play this, take 3, attack 1, and hold everything up. I like holding open, trap, flame, redirect. Though our Snuff Out is still not online. Maybe not the best Magic card to have in our deck that is got Thundering Falls, Steam Vents in it. Pass. All right, if my opponent is going to pass from this spot, I'm pretty interested in just casting Flame. I'll go destroy and draw. I'll draw 2 and destroy this Manifold Key. It's just a good end step play. So getting Pyroblasted. Second spell for my opponent, unfortunately. But I don't think I can afford to not use my mana there. What else we got? Oh, Ancestral? Oh, wait, chat! We're doing it! Red. 5 life. Redirect Lightning on your Ancestral. They have a fucking misstep. Yeah. Great. I paid 5 life for no reason. Well, this card sucks. Oh my god. Well, I can finally fetch a swamp, though I'm not gonna have very much life left to use a Snuff Out if I have to. And I'm gonna spell seek for something. Ancestral, probably. Though I'm probably just gonna die to Vault Key, right? Probably. Though if my opponent forces this, I can use my Mindbreak Trap. Because they've cast 2 spells on my turn. But they're probably just reading this, not forcing this. They're forcing this. Could be a bait. They pitch Time Walk. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Mindbreak Trap. On my turn. I cast Mindbreak Trap on my turn. That's not how this card works. I mean, it's exactly how this card works. It's just probably not how it was intended to work. Ancestral Recall. That's the one I'm going to choose. It's probably not a good sign if you're Mindbreak Trapping on your own turn. Ready? Ready, chat? Time Vault. No! It's okay. Mindbreak Trap can't counter this sequence anyways. Oh boy, I'm getting bullied. My opponent responded to me bringing in a bunch of removal by playing 0 creatures. Why would you play... I guess I can't have a second Mindbreak Trap because I have a Lutri. I'm trying to figure out why there's a Sensei Stop going in first. But, yeah, that'll do it. Brutal. On to round 4. I have a Otter. My opponent has a Cat. We had a good Pokemon battle here. Yeah, I'm down. This hand looks reasonable. I got some power. I've got some restricted cards. I've got some one-ofs. Underground Sea, go. Ancestral? Or Spell Pierce? Okay. Love a Mana Drain. I'm thinking we just pass. I'm thinking we just pass. Lorien revealed. For what? For which volcanic island? Okay. So now we're looking at might be Breach. It's Breach. All right. So now my holding open mana drain was not probably my best idea. Misdirection. I think here I just go play, sink, pay 3, ponder. Time Walk, Flame, Long Goodbye. I think these cards are bad. Flame is only castable off of Petal. We'll have to take mana drain down. We're not hitting any lands. I think these are bad. Because we're playing against a Breach Drain control deck. We want to hit our land drop. I am actually level 1. Shuffles their library. Huh? Okay. Alright. Whatever you say. The problem here is we're a deck of all one-ofs, and our opponent has a very compounding game plan. They have a better time playing from this spot than we do. Scroll. Okay, I don't want this scroll to resolve, so I'm gonna go for the. Wait, I guess if it goes for ancestral, I don't actually care. But if it goes for gifts, that's even better. So they went for ancestral. I forgot I have misdirection and mental misstep. Should I DT for? No, I have misdirection, mana drain, mental misstep. I am killing it. So what do we start with? Do we start with mental misstep or do we start with misdirection? A braid on my thing? I don't really care about that. I don't think I care. I wish I was hitting my land drops though. This long goodbye was such a bad draw. I mean, are they just buying Lurrus? They're just trying to play around the fact that I have drain open, I think, because I tapped by accident. Not by accident. I tapped because I'm bad. Okay. I think here I will cast the DT. What does this DT get if I'm casting DT? I mean, they're not going to even respond. I didn't really expect this to get this. I didn't really expect this to go this far. Like, you could just get Consult here and have Oracle Consult, but it's currently my blue card to have Misdirection Manager and Mental Misstep up. So maybe the answer is just I get Ancestral of my own. So what happens, chat, if I Ancestral on their upkeep here? And I have all of these things. I guess it's kind of bad because I can't hold up a Misdirection. Or I can't hold up a Mana Drain. I can wait. Demonic Tutor. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Black Lotus. Lotus Lurrus. Sure. I don't really care about Lotus Lurrus that much. Red? Ah. I see. So their hand is Ancestral +1. So if I let this resolve, I guess I die, right? So I'll just drain this now, and then I'll kill the Lurrus, and I'll misstep or misdirect that thing. Because my opponent already used Lotus out of their yard with their Lurrus, so Oh. Their second to last card was Flusterstorm. Does that mean I lose? This resolves. They cast DT. I don't know. Whatever it is, I can't counter this. So I can't misdirect onto it either. And I can't misstep it. I mean, so I guess this resolves. Does that mean I lose? DT takes 3 cards out of the yard. I can't counter that either. I think I just lose, right? Wow. How do we lose this game? Why did they play Lurrus? Just a buff Storm? Because none of my counter spells counter this. Because nothing counters this. Because they get a DT, they get a Brain Freeze, and then they use the DT Lotus Petal to get the Lotus out of the yard, and then they cast Brain Freeze on themselves and they win. Wow. I guess I should have gotten Mindbreak Trap off of Demonic Tutor. I didn't think I was at a threat of dying. I had Mana Drain, Misdirection, Mental Misstep up, but I guess the one of Flusterstorm in the main. Ah, man. I don't know. Was this my fault? My opponent just like Merchant Scrolled for Ancestral and then never cast it. Guess maybe my opponent still casts Ancestral at some point here. I don't know. I think I'm just dead, right? This is like the problem with Misdirection. If Misdirection is Force of Negation or Force of Will, it's fine. Like this is actually a pretty big. I feel like I shouldn't play the Misdirection deck on Saturday. Like this Misdirection has been awful. It's been so bad. And to be fair, I'm not a very proactive deck, so the Misdirection loses a bunch of value on not being a proactive spell that casts gets through a Force of Will. But it's just been so bad. All right. But I mean, I could have played that differently. I just didn't really think I was at risk of dying. The whole Flusterstorm really threw me. I wonder if they drew Flusterstorm for turn, or they just had it and they didn't want to cast Ancestral. It's very, very unclear. I'm gonna bring in Leyline and Pyroblast. And I'm just going to take out the slow tutors. I don't know. I feel like I was at such low risk of dying, and then I just died. It's one Flusterstorm, or... Oh, this list is not even the right list. Ah, man. I don't know. That game feels bad, though. I just felt like I wanted to push the game a little bit, which is why I went for Ancestral. All right, I'm going to keep this hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Mana Crypt by Lutri. We haven't got to do that very much, but that's kind of the reason I have a Mana Crypt in the deck at all. And so from here, we'll have Drain open, and if they cast Stock up here, like, this Misdirection is so awful. I'm kind of glad that we're doing this now, because I was planning on playing the deck that won Kyoto Players Championship for Vintage. It was like a 73-player Japanese tournament, and it has 4 main deck Misdirections, and I must say I have been very unimpressed with this Misdirection. I feel like it just does not counter the spells I needed to counter. By Lurrus. I will say the Misdirection should be quite good here, Because I am going to drain this Lurrus. So I can misdirect this force onto force. I think I'm going to pitch the Lutri, which is kind of a nice one for Lutri, because I have this combo here. I want the misdirect the force to target misdirection. And then I'll drain Lutri, and I go to my turn. And I have 3 mana. Oh, I don't have a freaking black mana. Well, I guess this drain doesn't do very much then. All right. My mana has been continually a problem. Not really because of the cavern, just because my mana is not very good. Trying to do too much red and black mana. Really needed to draw a black mana there so I could play a witch, so I could go for a combo on the next turn after this Lorien revealed for 3. Probably not good for me. Probably not good for me. Stock up is good. Let's attack with Tameo. But I'm probably casting stock up realistically here. What I'm looking for is a land and a force. They know my whole hand, so a pretty reasonable force if they have one. I would love to see force fetch play witch. Obviously, witch is not very good if I have to force because I have to lose my oracle, but a deck ancestral here would be okay. It looks like they're definitely thinking about countering it. I think I would. I'm so far away from doing anything. Seems like a very reasonable counter. Like I could hit force Flusterstorm here, and then I mean maybe that doesn't stop their actual combo, but like I could hit double counter spell off of the stock up, which is probably a thing you want to avoid. All right, force pitching. Second gifts. 2 gifts have been pitched. My opponent's down to 9. They've lost like all their crypt flips. They're at 6, but we could just die. Saga. They know my hand, so I can F6. They have a Pyroblast for my Tameo. Oh boy, this is Tameo. All right, I have been winning my crypt flips. I am going to start with a draw so I can hit a land drop because I'd rather play witch. I just can't. Man. All right, maybe I'll hit a Black Lotus. Nope. And I didn't hit a counterspell either, and I lost 2 black lands. Wow. I can take a gifts, I guess. Or I could take a land, tapped land. Does tap land help me? Not really. I don't know. This game has gone so badly. I've drawn really badly. They've also lost every crypt flip. I think they've lost every single crypt flip. They're at 3. So if they don't win, they can die at any point to mana crypts, which is hilarious. But also they have 6 mana. They have lost 2 gifts ungiven to forces. They have consult in their deck? Huh? What? In their Breach Drain deck? Chat, am I... They went for Breach. Did they hit their Brain Freeze? They hit their Brain Freeze. No, we can't be serious here. We're playing Consult in Breach Brain Freeze deck? I don't know about that one, chat. All right, so they get back Lotus, and this Lotus gets back Lurrus, maybe? And that way they're not dying to Mana Crypt, maybe? But they're still dying to Mana Crypt. I think I think demonic consultation in your breach brain freeze deck is a little silly. But it's a control deck. Like you can win other ways. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I'm kind of like a fair consult hater. So they could have 2 freezes. Yeah, they could have like 3 breaches, 2 freezes. I just don't think they do. We've seen quite like okay, so if they're 50-50 to lose the game to Mana Crypt. Is there any way? So we could Spellseeker for Ancestral. We could Gifts for a bunch of black sources. This doesn't really help us though. I guess we could Gifts for Underground Sea, Lotus, Lotus Petal, and Jet. I feel like that's kind of bad. Just play Spellseeker and cast Ancestral Recall, I think. I do have terrible luck and everything goes badly for me. This is true. This is true. That would be a okay, they have another counter spell. Ugh. This Flusterstorm has been kicking my ass. I think there's only one Flusterstorm in their deck, and it's just ruining. All right, well, 50-50, we win the game, so. Chaining Lurrus does not buy a turn of flip CRK. Can you figure out why? Do you know why that plan is bad? I told them Tails never fails. They asked me what they should pick. My opponent says, "What do you think, heads or tails?" I said, "Tails never flails" or something. And my opponent said, "I'm always heads gamer. You got it." And yeah, immediately they flipped heads and died. Tails never fails. Somehow, I don't know, like if I'm technically wrong or right there. It probably both. But my opponent got very unlucky there. They lost every crit flip in that game, I believe. So, which is good. We needed that in our life. Game 3. I have a Lutri. Oh my god. What is my deck? Why am I playing it? Ugh. I think I'm keeping it though. We have the accelerated mana. We've got a redirect. We've got Snap and Flame at instant speed. They also have a Sapphire. And they know my hand, so this redirect is probably not doing any work. Man, you know... No, come on! It's a Sean hand if I've ever seen one. Ancestral Sapphire Lotus. Gross. Why are we, rolling up to a league and our opponents have CRK hands and they have Sean hands? That's not fair. Why can't they have some Justin hands? You know? Has anyone ever thought about the streamer? Ay. No one cares. Thanks. Gifts ungiven. I don't think redirecting this helps. This is target opponent. Change the target of a spell or ability with a single target. Yeah. This card is bad. Okay, so what have we learned tonight? We've learned Redirect Lightning, bad magic card. We've learned Misdirection, bad magic card. It does kind of ruin my ideas for Saturday stream if I was going to stream on Saturday. Don't know if I'm streaming on Saturday yet. Maybe. Brain freeze, time walk, DT. Okay, I'm gonna put the DT and time walk in your yard. You can have brain freeze and breach. Ah, they had a red land in their hand. So I'm dead. All right, well, that was gross. Okay, we're 1-3 with our Lutri deck. Surely it'll all be fine. Wait, did I refund the prediction? I don't remember refunding the prediction, but I probably should have. Sunday was a really rough stream. I don't know why we kept dropping out of our internet. That was really sad. I think this is acceptable. I do better in challenges than leagues, don't I? But I also feel like I play better decks in challenges. Like, I don't play good decks in challenges, but I do play better decks in challenges. We just kind of wanted to play Lutri, so we didn't really discuss 2 Oracle, 2 Pact L-Dog. It was more of just like a, let's play some Lutri today kind of thing, you know? Yo, what's up, Ace? It was a mess. It was a mess. I do appreciate you losing every mana crypt flip for me though for the content. That was very nice of you. Undercity Sewers. Mana crypt. That's interesting. Ooh. 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 What are we doing here? What if we go mana crypts, witch, time walk, DT? I mean, we're still pretty far away, but it's doable. I'm gonna play a witch. I'm gonna time walk. So the problem here is everything. We need to not die to. We need to not die to like Jewel on our next turn here. So like if I DT for Oracle, I guess I could witch for exactly force if I needed to, because I have double black now. And then I just have to have not force not in my top 6 cards. Okay, I'm in. Sold. Sold. Demonic Tutor. I'm going to get Thassa's Oracle. We have not won with which Oracle yet, so that would be cool. To be fair, nobody wins with which Oracle very much. Okay, so if we need to not die, we can tap 1 in a black and my witch, discard a card, and name Force of Will. Hope that Force of Will is not in our top 6 cards. Fairly likely. Fairly likely. And then we counter it and then untap and win with Oracle Witch on the next turn. What the fuck is... Okay, no, this is fine. 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 So my opponent has played an uncounterable Clarion Conqueror, which is going to turn off our Witch. However, we can Witch for a Consult and then Oracle Consult our opponent. So it's fine. I just have to not have Demonic Consultation in my top 6 cards. No problem. I can tell you, I don't know how many people have ever done this. Divining Witch. How do you say this correctly? Is it divining or is it divining or? Divining. You think it's divining? Okay. Okay. Someone yelled at me when I said something some other time.
Divining. If there were two
No, it was a different card of a similar idea. The needle. Pithing needle? They said pithing needle. And I was like, what does that mean?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
English
know.
sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna discard Gifts Ungiven, and I'm going to name. I always said pithing needle. Demonic Consultation. Okay, it was the 9th card from the bottom, and now I'm good. I just witched for a demonic consultation. I've never done that in my life. I don't know how many Magic players have ever done that, which is cool. We're doing new things on this channel. I mean, I mispronounce everything. I'm very bad at that. That is definitely not one of my
Pithing is correct.
Pithing is correct?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that for me. I have to be correct.
Buddy,
So that's rough, buddy. Bam. I hit Red Hot Phil with that's rough, buddy on my demonic consultation name. There are some good demonic consultation names now that we've gone full Marvel. Anyways, not poor Phil. It's never poor Phil. Phil has like a 100% win rate against me in leagues. He's always playing Dredge or Jewel or Mono White. Not poor Phil. Phil gets plenty of tickets from me on a Wednesday night basis. Okay, so we're playing against Mono White Initiative. So we want Snuff Out, which is not as good anymore because they have Void Mirror, but unfortunate. We have Dismember, kills a creature. We've got Virtue's Ruin, destroys all white creatures. We were prepared. Fatal Push and Lithomantic Barrage. So we have some good anti-mono white cards. We have to have that because we have some bad anti-mono, and we have some bad cards in the main. Flusterstorm is dead. Mental Misstep is dead. What else is dead? Redirect Lightning is dead. Vexing Bauble is dead. Negation's fine. Long Goodbye's fine. Squelcher's fine. Dispute is pretty dead. Commandeer is pretty dead. Misdirection is pretty dead. So that presents an issue. Which of these cards is the least bad? Or is there a card we can bring in? We can bring in Needle on Wasteland. And we could bring in Consign triggers. So. Oh, Lightning also works with Wasteland. No, it doesn't. It says change target spell with a or ability. Okay. Okay. I'm allowing it. I think it's better than a Consign. Okay, try that. Thank you, Milk Me Farther, for your expert analysis. Yep, that's where we're at in life. Loot Tree. I have a 3-life Pain Land, no swamp for my Snuff Out. Force of Will, Redirect Lightning. This deck is not good. This deck is not good. Boy, it is not good. I'm gonna mulligan this one. I think it's a little too bad. This one has a Virtue's Ruin, but a Watery Grave and a Ponder. I mean, I'm gonna keep it and get rid of this 4-mana card. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I'm supposed to get rid of the Breach, not the 4-mana card. Yeah, that was bad. I should have kept the Gifts and not the Breach. This is a Void Mirror? Okay, that's fine. That's actually acceptable. We're okay with that. That's unfortunate. We drew a free spell right after they played a Void Mirror, but I think I have to play a Watery Grave untapped and not play Ponder in case my opponent Wastelands me. I need to be able to Lorien Reveal. Okay. Which Blessed Meadow into Clarion Conqueror. That hurts them more than me. Love that for me. Okay. I will cycle a Lorien Revealed. I don't think I'm supposed to get a basic. I think I'm just going to get a Volcanic Island. Maybe I'm supposed to get another blue-black land. Either way, I'm going to Ponder here. I have Oracle Consult? Jesus. Okay, maybe it is poor Red Hot Phil. If nothing bad happens, we just kill them on the next turn. Nothing bad will surely happen. They'll just play an initiative creature, right? 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 Cavern on Human? Cavern on Human, go? Chat? Chat. We're playing a Tainted Pact in our deck, which requires our deck to be singleton. Lutri doesn't require it, but Tainted Pact does. All right. Cast Thassa's Oracle. Cast Demonic Consultation. My opponent's not happy. Payback, baby. GG's. I do enjoy playing against Red Hot Pill. It's fun. It's always fun. Ooh, what do we name, chat? What do we name? What do we name? What do we name? A good data pie. And that's a 2/3. Yeah. So we did not copy any spells with Lutri. So that wasn't great. We did pitch Lutri to a misdirection or a force, maybe. So that was something. Our Breach combo was good. Or Oracle Consult was good. We used the Witch once, which was actually quite reasonable. We cast no Tainted Pacts, which is kind of sad, because Tainted Pact is a cool card. Redirect Lightning sucked. Tameo sucked. Misdirection sucked. Commandeer was pretty bad. Or Cavern was not really relevant in this league, but we did Cavern once. Anything else? Probably want that Red Elemental Blast on the board. I think the Flame of Anor was good. We cast the Flame of Anor once. I think overall, the biggest problem here is our deck is a little underpowered because we're not like a fast artifact-based combo deck. We do have combos, so we do have like speed potential, but it takes us a while to find and get there, and we don't really have the counter suite to facilitate that game plan very well. Like, we have a lot of counters in our deck, but it's just not a very consistent counters. Like, the difference between Negation Force, Commandeer Misdirection, Gifts, and just playing for Force of Will is quite large. It's a big difference. And that kind of showed many times throughout this league, which is sad, but it's good to know about. Now, I was hating on the Misdirection and the Redirect Lightning, and I don't think they really had their chance to shine. One, because the Redirect Lightning, you know, it does hit the Wasteland, so we didn't really play against Wasteland decks. Two, because Misdirection gets a lot better when we are proactively playing a combo, so that Misdirection can target our opponent's Force of Will and redirect it to Misdirection, so it acts as like proactive Force of Wills, which is a deck that we're considering to play this weekend if we do stream this weekend. There's a deck out of Japan that has 4 Force of Wills and 4 Misdirections, and it's like mono blue pseudo combo deck. So things to think about. But we did have a lot of fun in this league, so I think it's a pretty worthwhile adventure. I do like playing with different companions. I actually, you know, I will say the taboo words, but I actually quite enjoy companions. I wish the other companions were as good as Lurrus so that we could have more companions see play in Vintage. And I know that's a very Vintage centric ideology and, you know, looking point, but I really like what Lurrus does in Vintage, and I wish I could have a couple other companions so that you had some more options. I know no one else thinks that way, but that's fine. Thank you for watching. More Vintage videos on my YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.